A lot of times, we feel this feeling of sadness and feel disheartened, and we have this in our head. I wish there could be this one thing that we could do to change this feeling of being lost. I have one super challenge for you for 2025 that would not only help you stay hopeful and give you a lot of hope in life, but would also keep you busy enough to move your focus from this ongoing, unending chaos of life. Okay, so this is not a video where I make shallow promises with, some weird ideas and expect you to follow them and see some results. No, this is a very carefully thought out video. I have planned the content, I have some amazing ideas for you, and I can assure you that this video can help you if you follow everything that I've written here. I have there's a lot of stuff that I want to share with you, and I have written it all out as if I'm making it for somebody whom I care for, whom I love, somebody whom, if I were to sit with and suggest in person, this would be my advice. So, if you want to have the best conversations by the year end of 2025, this is the video that you have to follow. For me, this was one of the most awaited videos of 2024 to shoot, and I'm sure this is going to be one of the most awaited videos because the content is amazing. It will help you, and then there is my guarantee. I assure you, you're going to benefit from this video, provided you follow what I tell you in this video. Everything that is there in this video is very practical. The approach that I've applied is absolutely pragmatic. You are going to learn, you're going to face a little bit of a challenge, but it's absolutely doable. None of it is impractical. Anything that I say here is not just out of anywhere where there's somebody talking on the video and making some fake, stupid commitments. You could just come back to me after 6 months of applying what I'm telling you. You could just come back to me if it doesn't work for you. Just tell me, "You're a fraud, Alina. Whatever you said did not work, and I'm not going to listen to you going forward." I welcome you to do that if this doesn't work for you. But if you follow it, if you actually do it 100%, this is like my heart that I'm pouring out to you because I know how serious this problem of not being able to speak properly to somebody is. I have faced it myself, and I know that English is not just a language, it's a medium of communication. It is stopping you in so many aspects of your life, be it relationships, your career, or whatever. Anything that you want to do, this one thing is stopping you from doing it. It was stopping me from doing it, and hence I worked on it, and here I am teaching it to you. If I could do it, you could do it. I am nobody. Like I'm special in my head, I'm very special to myself, but I am nobody with a very extra high IQ. I do not have that, but it's just plain, basic, old school ideas of consistency and hard work. Okay, so let's start. This video is divided into 3 prime areas of English fluency. I'm going to be talking about the basics first, then we're going to be taking up an action plan for attack, and third, we are going to talk about how to maintain the rhythm of your learning. Okay? Now I'm going to be giving you 6 techniques on how you can do it, and I'm going to be talking about 5 issues that are faced by English learners all across the globe. All right, first, let's start with the basics. Let's understand the concept of learning English. What is basically going wrong? By basically, I mean on the ground floor of the building. Let's first understand what is exactly going wrong. Why have you been trying for so long and yet not been able to accomplish your dream of being able to speak English fluently? What is going wrong? Now, we need to understand that speaking English comprises two areas. There is consumption and there is production. We go wrong with the production part. With consumption, we're doing well. We're doing fine. You're good. But when it comes to production, you're lagging behind. Let's understand what consumption and production are all about. Okay? Consumption is when you consume English. You either listen to it or read it. So listening and reading is what consumption is all about. Now, talking about the production part, the most important part where you're lagging behind, that is where you produce English, where you create English from your mind and speak. So, speaking, of course, is very, very important. And next is writing. Writing is also very important. I'm going to tell you why, and it is going to make sense to you. This is one area that most people ignore, but having written so many journals by now, and I am somebody who still uses journals. I just don't have one right now here in my bag. I usually have a diary in my bag, so here it is. I usually carry diaries in my bag, and I always have a pen in my bag. So I'm always a person who writes. I always do that. Okay, now talking about consumption and production again. Where you're going wrong is that since consumption, you don't have to do anything actively. You just have to listen or read somebody else's produced work. Somebody else has already done it for you, just lying down on your sofa, relaxing, and taking it all in, thinking that you're learning English. A lot of us have this habit of trying to learn English from watching videos, listening to podcasts, and listening to English songs, the basic stuff. But where we go wrong is that we don't understand that only taking everything in and never bringing anything out is breaking the link of learning. So, you've taken something in, now you've got to produce it, and that is where the link is joined. You're not joining that link, and that is why you're not able to speak English fluently. When the chance presents itself to you, you're suddenly like, and you're lost. You do not know what to say next. If somebody comes up to you and talks to you in English, you're like, oh, okay, this person is talking to me in English. Oh my God, okay, panic, panic, panic. Oh, insult, insult coming in. That is where your mind slips into. You're suddenly in that alert zone. Oh, somebody's speaking to me in English. What do I do next? I do not know how to speak. No, you do. Of course you do. If you can speak your mother tongue, you can speak any other language when you apply your mind to learning it. When you apply your mind towards learning the language, you can do it. See, if you want to be a good cook, and you only keep watching cookery videos and cooking lessons online, YouTube, I do that a lot, you might feel like you're learning. I make a lot of my dishes looking at YouTube videos. But then, I go to the kitchen, I actually pick up the pans, and I actually get my hands dirty to learn that dish. Unless you start to practice that dish, you cannot learn by just looking at the videos, no matter how descriptive they are. At first, it may all look very formidable to you. It might just scare you because there's so much information available. There are so many people talking about tips and ideas. You're like, a little confused. Where do I start? What do I do? Oh my God, I'm lost. But it's not that difficult. It's actually easy. You have to start very small. The first day you go to the gym and start lifting 40-kilogram dumbbells, of course, your body is not going to be able to take it. The next day, you'll be lying in pain, your body cramping all over. Of course, you won't be able to continue. But if you start slow, that is the only way to ensure that you keep going back there. You keep showing up for yourself. You have to take it slow, go easy on yourself, and that's the only way to start learning something you're not very good at right now. You can, of course, be very good one day. Someday. Okay, now that we've understood the concept of consumption and production, you're ready. Okay, Alina, tell me. What do I have to do next? See, I can only tell you the stuff that I did. A couple of decades ago, when I could not speak a word in English. A couple of decades, ma'am? How old are you? Okay, that's not the point here in the video. Now, the point is that I started to learn English when I was a little child. I was looked down upon. People would laugh at me. Suddenly, I was moved from a very average school to one of the best in the city, and there was this huge gap. The quality of students was very different. People were very serious about studies here, and the competition was fierce. Everybody would notice me, and they would take pleasure in looking at me because all of them felt superior to me. They were like, there's this one girl we can just look at whenever we feel miserable about our lives, and it's going to make us feel good. I was that one girl. Everybody made fun of me. As a very small child, I decided that this was not going to be the story of my life. I was going to work on it. How difficult could it be? If so many people can do it, how difficult can it be for me? That was my thought when I started to learn the language. All right,